This is an issue, the issue of cycling safety, that's come up again and again in front of us, and all groups here have expressed concern. And this motion is now coming at a time when I think the concern has increased, and we really do have to take it seriously. My biggest concern is that there's a pattern of official consultation reports which produce recommendations for increased cycling safety, but which are then ignored for various, what one might call, practical reasons, but even so, it is concerning. For example, there was a 2007 TfL report on a double T junction being installed at the north end of Blackfriars. It was completely ignored in the recent redesign, but that report followed the deaths of 2 cyclists because of the road layout. The deaths of those 2 cyclists were in 2004 and 2005. And the second instance, and I have several others, but I'll limit it to 2, in January 2010, the Jacobs report on the Bow roundabout recommended changes, including the installation of 2 pelican crossings as part of the new cycling superhighway. But these reports, both of those and others, were ignored. And we had a very clear answer from the Mayor before the deaths at Bow roundabout. He said that pelican crossings would possibly cause traffic jams. And exactly the same objection was given to improvements suggested at the roundabout at Elephant and Castle, i.e. that keeping traffic flowing is more important than deaths on the road. Now, at some level, these calculations happen every single time any sort of construction process takes place on infrastructure. There's always a balancing between keeping traffic flowing, but at the same time whether or not this is going to disadvantage others. These are normal calculations. However, I think when you ignore reports that do argue quite strongly for increased safety, I think that is plain wrong. Now, the TfL safety review says that there will be a safety review of every major planned scheme on Transport for London roads and of every junction at on the cycling superhighways. Now, that's great, but I'm still not sure of various aspects. I don't understand about the timing on the Bow roundabout review and the other stages of the review process. I don't know if that's going to happen before the Olympics or after. We haven't yet been told. I agree the review of current schemes being planned is a priority, but I think also it should cover the mistakes that have been made in other schemes. Now, we've got 2 amendments here, and I do welcome the fact that there are 2 amendments. I think it's incredibly important that we try to work together to move this subject forward. And I'm very, very happy to accept the Lib Dems amendment. I think that moves the whole thing forward. It's a real improvement, and I do thank the Lib Dems for putting it forward. And I very much hope that Val for Labour is happy to accept it as well. However, in the Tory amendment, which I would have been very happy to sign up to...
Conservative.
Oh, I'm sorry. The Conservative amendment that I would have been very happy to sign up to 3 years ago or 2 years ago or even a year ago. I think now there's an inherent problem in the wording in here because it says, we believe that despite a falling, it says accident rate amongst cyclists, that is possibly not true anymore. Now, I was lectured by the Mayor recently. He said that it was my duty as an honest politician to tell people the truth that cycling is actually getting safer when you consider the number of people on the roads. And so I have pulled together all the figures that I could possibly get. And it's not easy, and these may not be right, because Transport for London, the Mayor, does not give us the details that we need. But my estimates suggest that, in fact, cycling is not getting safer and that there are more casualties per 1,000 cycle trips now than there were a year ago and 2 years ago. Now, I think that's very, very worrying. And I'd be happy for clarification on this. I'd be happy to be told it's absolutely not true. But until we have the figures from TfL, we can't be sure. I do urge everybody to vote for the amended motion. I think it will make a difference. It will mean that people don't die and don't get injured on our roads, and I think that saving lives should be the highest political priority that there could possibly be. Thank you.